Yeah, I was actually going to start, Pat, with a Twins question, but screw the Twins. Let's start with this here. We'll get to the Twins at some point here. They just got swept. Jerry Kill. I'm reading this summation from Bring Me the News, but Randy Shaver was talking with Jerry Kill, and still, 5 years later, he has made it very clear that he's not a fan of PJ Fleck, and he is unsure if he will shake PJ Fleck's hand at the end of the game next week. Your thoughts?
I believe he told Charlie Walters the same thing 2 weeks ago. So I talked to him on, when was it? Tuesday, and basically wrote about how'd you end up at New Mexico State. I did not do, we didn't dabble into the Fleck feud just because that was my, having seen Shooter's thing 2 weeks ago, which pretty well covered that thing. I didn't think I didn't really give a damn. And, a lot of things Jerry says about Fleck probably offend other people more than they do me. So but yeah, he's, my theory is you ask the guy a question, honest answers are what we look for, right?
He is. It's funny. We've spent the last 25 minutes before we got you on here as we were working with Judd's internet issues. So Declan and I had some time to kill. So we've just been scouring the internet and our internal systems. We found a 40-plus minute interview from the Mackey and Judd radio show five and a half years ago. Doogie had booked Jerry Kill to come in for a scoop session on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going through some of the quotes we put out on Twitter. We're going to find some audio clips, and we'll probably resurface these on Score North. But he said, I will never step foot in TCF Bank Stadium or the football facility ever again. On January 4th, he scorched earthed Mark Coyle in the interview, and then he took great offense to the idea that PJ Fleck was going to change a bad culture. I think that's what landed probably the most with him, right?
That's what got it all started. Year zero started. I think that had a lot to do with it. Year zero, because I don't believe there's ever been a coach in the Gopher history who inherited a 9-win program. So, and so that got him worked up. And I was talking to him the other day, and he was a hell of a lot more worried about what he's going to do Saturday night against Nevada, which last year torched him for 53 points and 500 yards passing. And what he's really upset about now is not PJ Fleck. It's the fact that they're scheduled to play Saturday night at home, and then they're back up here. They got to travel up here on Wednesday morning to play a game on Thursday night, and they're 37-point underdogs. And he's, basically my piece with him, which should be popping up on the Star Tribune any minute, is why, Jerry? Why did you end up down there?
Yeah. Well, he's 61. He's had all these health
62
issues.
62 as of Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah.
Turned 62 on Wednesday. Yeah.
So here's the other thing. So he kind of plays this. He plays a role too. Now PJ Fleck is playing a role in a completely different way, but Jerry would like you to think that he's this, and he is kind of an aw shucks bumpkin personality, but he knows what he's doing, right? Like he'll come in with his little aw shucks. Well, what do I know? But but he's got a well thought out opinion or criticism of someone, and he clouds it in. But no one asked me. I'm just a football coach. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, to some degree, I guess. I think that was certainly his sale when he first showed up. I'm not sure he doesn't do that much anymore, but
you criticized him a lot early on, right? Because he would come in and kind of do
I know that, but when I called him Country Jer, it was affection, not. I mean, that's who he was. I mean. Mm-hmm. He said "tur" just like me. That made us buddies right off the bat. He can't pronounce. You could tell he's a bleep kicker from some farm because he can't say "tur" just like me. So, I don't know. He's the main thrust. He told me 3-4 times in this conversation, and I made a big deal out of it in the column that's going to appear here shortly, that I've never been the same since I left Minnesota. I've never been the same. I think emotionally, feeling wanted, and he won't flat out say that if he had it to do over again, he would have just taken another leave of absence and tried it again the next year. But that's the impression I got.
But were they even going to give him that option? Was there any other option?
Oh yeah, in 2015, if he wanted to come, if he didn't, everybody was shocked that he quit. And I mean, that he announced it as a retirement. If he wanted to take another leave of absence and come try it again, hell yes, they would have kept him. I don't think that, he was still extremely popular then. So
and I might just be wrong here, but it felt more and more like there was just a crossroads of, hey, we can't keep doing this. You can't.
Well, that's what I think he thought it was, but 2015 was his worst year for episodes. That was, they were coming. He said he was sick. He was really not healthy, but he did walk away from $8 million, and he's been scrounging around, jobs here, there, and everywhere. And now he ends up with one of the 5 worst head coaching jobs in FBS football. I mean, this place is a hellhole, and it doesn't have any. Do you know what it is near? It's like 50 miles away from White Sands, where we tested nuclear weapons for the first time.
I was going to say Area 51.
That's how isolated it is. And if you want to fly, you go to El Paso.
Yeah.
And he ends up, down there with this god awful job. And, the whole thing about somehow he's harming PJ. PJ's a 37-point favorite over him. He can name the score. He can beat him 60-7 if he wants to. So what difference does it make, I guess?
Yeah,
he definitely won the war. That's for sure. If there's a war, he's a sensitive guy. There's no doubt about it. He was sensitive when he was here. And I think part of that, the whole thing in 15, in addition to all the seizures, was they had that lousy game against Kent State, and he got all upset. Maybe I can't coach. And,
that stuff bothered me. Mom,
yeah,
maybe I don't know what I'm doing.
It bothered me too. But he is a very sensitive guy. There's no doubt about it. But, he did well here for 4 years. I mean, what the hell? They were as far down as they could go when with Coach Brew was done. So,
is Coach Brew still coaching tight end somewhere?
Where is he? He was at A&M, but I don't know how he ended up.
Let's look him up here.
Did he end up with Jimbo?
What a resume he has, man.
Yes, he's at Florida. He's at the University of Florida.
He's with Florida now because he was Florida State Gators for a long time. Actually, you know who he coaches for now?
Huh?
You know who he coaches for now?
Who?
You know who he's co-workers with now? Mike Zimmer.
Oh, Zimmer. No.
At Jackson State, right? Isn't that where Deion Sanders coaches?
Brew is at Jackson State, and Zim's down there as a consultant for Deion, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jackson State is rated ahead of the Gophers in this year's recruiting class. They were, because they got that 5-star.
Yeah.
They got a couple of guys. So.
Wow.
That was. But I don't know what are they going to try to leave the historically black college competition and try to play in one of these Sunbelt leagues or something? I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do here.
Tim Brewster, I'm looking at his resume. The Wikipedia has it laid out year by year on the right side. So he has been since 1989. Tim Brewster has been a tight ends coach every single year of his coaching career, except the 4 years at Minnesota where he was a head coach.
Hey, let me point this out, that if Jerry chooses not to shake hands with PJ after the game, The best quote he had with Shooter was, "I know we're not going out for dinner," but which is funny. People might have taken that personally, but that was funny.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it won't be his most embarrassing handshake. He had the one when he shook hands with the wrong black guy from Purdue. Remember when he?
Yeah.
When he was going over there to try to shake hands with the coach, and he went and he was shaking hands with the black assistant, so he got confused on that one. But that was more hilarious.
I think if you're Jerry at this point, just shake his hand. Just let it, just shake his hand, let it be buried. But he doesn't seem like the type of guy that can just sort of let something go. I mean, has PJ said anything cross or negative about Jerry Kill in 5 years? In fact, he's gone out of his way to say how much he, maybe he's full of crap, but how much he enjoyed being around Jerry and whatnot.
I looked it up. He was one of, when he went to Northern Illinois, he brought 8 guys with him from Southern Illinois, his whole staff, but he kept 2 coaches off the Northern Illinois staff, and one of them was PJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I think PJ worked for him for 2 years, did he?
I think so, yeah.
And then he left.
Yes.
And I don't know. I know that he wasn't rooting for him before he got the job. Well, he was upset that Clays got fired, obviously. That's what irritates him more than anything, I guess. But I didn't, I've talked to him about it in the past. I didn't talk to him about it this time. I talked to him for 20 minutes and he wasn't crazy. If you don't ask him, he's not going to say, "Hey, I want to rip PJ Fleck." It's you're asking him questions, he answers them.
Yeah, you got to put a quarter in him.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's not like the whole Dunkers thing too was they called him up. He said, "Nah, this isn't a good idea," right? And Maturi was in on this too, by the way. Maturi's a dunker. He was in, "Hey, let's get Jerry." Morning of the game. What the hell? The Thursday of the game. And he said, "That's not a good idea," And they called him back, and he said, "Nah, I don't think so." Then they called him back again and said, "Yeah, it's it's nothing. We'll just have you there a half hour, ask you some questions." And he said, "All right." And then he became the bad guy because the Dunkers asked him to show up. And, Lou Holtz was speaking at the Dunkers about 2 months after he left here. Sid had him here, and nobody made any big deal of it. I mean, why this was a big deal that Jerry Kill, somehow the guy from New Mexico State is going to hurt the Gopher program by appearing before 80 guys downtown Minneapolis on the morning of the game. That was the stupidest trauma I've ever heard. That Justin Gard and other people were upset about that nonsense. New Mexico State is not exactly a threat to the University of Minnesota.
Last I checked, the spread was 37 points. I do wish that this was, even if this was like a 17-point spread game, that there was a little intrigue. But I guess it wouldn't shock me entirely if this was sort of their Super Bowl, win one for Jera. All right, we're going.
Yeah, but that doesn't do you any good when the other teams got way more talent. You got an offensive line over here that'll kick your ass, and as I said, they got a tough game for them Saturday night, and they're back here playing, and they're probably going to have 12 guys that'll be questionable on a Thursday, right after the game. It's going to be an ass kick.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people are worried about it, but I've always appreciated guys when you ask them a question, they tell you the truth. What are we complaining about? You don't like the guy, okay? And guess what? Fleck doesn't like him either. He just won't say it.
Yeah, I appreciate the rivalry. Have we reached the "see you in Fort Myers, boys" portion of the Twins season here after another loss?
Well, I said that I would say see you in Fort Myers if I actually believed I was going to be in Fort Myers next spring. But too many snakes down there, pythons and DeSantis, as I said on Twitter last night. Too many snakes for me. But Billy Hamilton, how do you like that one?
Well, 2015 baseball fan Phil Mackey and Declan Goff love this move. But I don't think Billy Hamilton has hit his weight in about 6 years. So
drive by,
and he doesn't weigh that much.
Drive by any park in town that's laid out for a T-ball game, and he couldn't hit a home run in the T-ball field. You know what they're telling us? Buxton is done at least playing center field for the rest of this year, aren't they?
Probably, and
what
they
a
don't.
Desperate, stupid act. The guys, you have nobody in your organization. Wouldn't you rather have Contreras than him?
Yes.
Why is
well,
he?
nostalgically, I love this move. So
all of a sudden we're going to be the Go-Go Twins. Come on, let's get him on, and we'll steal bases. We got 7 all season, but let's go. Come on, we're going to be the Go-Go Twins here. They pile stupid moves upon stupid moves. These guys, they are piling them up one after another, and this is a topper. He just got cut by the Marlins or somebody after hitting 12. Oh. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah. You tell me if I'm wrong on this, but we were sort of talking through our little twins therapy session yesterday, and I had this epiphany as I was speaking. And I said, I feel like the organization and even some of the people that cover the team and a lot of fans, you're almost made to feel guilty when you criticize the little engine that could. Well, how could you? Well, what are we supposed to do? We got the Yankees over here and the Astros, and we got these injuries, and it's like, well, you're not really the little engine that. I mean, you were the little engine that could at the Metrodome for sure, and you're not the Yankees or the Red Sox.
Well,
but
they got a $140 million payroll. They just screwed up. Screwed up how they spend it. That's what the payrolls maybe 16th in the league.
It's like an average payroll. Yeah.
It's I don't know. They just have you ever seen a series that was I texted and some tweeted, and some people believe this, that Rocco Baldelli, that after they lost Monday, Rocco Baldelli shocked reporters by saying that he would cut off one of his little toes in order to win one game in Houston. And I think some people took it serious, but that's what I was saying. They got on that plane. They had 0 chance to win a game. Yeah. 0 chance. Garcia was as bad as he gets last night, and they still had 0 chance to win the game. They had no chance. 6 games, 0-6 this year. What were the runs?
God!
Like they led at the end of 1 inning.
I don't know. It looked like they were having more fun playing zero bleeps baseball to me, though. So it looked like a good step forward.
Last night, I thought they were plucky. I said, if you can't be good, be plucky, right? That's good. And they sure as hell can't be good. This is brutal. This is bad. Hey, I want to bring up one thing.
Yeah.
The Vikings, once again, are going to not play anybody in the exhibition game. That's three in a row, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. But we have an entire of the major sports, and I don't know if I can put hockey in this category, but and soccer doesn't apply. But we now have a atmosphere in the 3 major sports that they don't give one damn about the people who are buying tickets and walking into the arena.
Yeah, that's true.
The exhibition games in baseball, I go way back when they used to raise holy hell when the Yankees didn't bring 3 regulars like they were supposed to. Now you go to an exhibition game in Florida and each team has nobody there. Nobody plays. And you go to an NFL game, and now it is part of the covenant that nobody plays, right? 3 exhibition games.
Yes.
Nobody plays. And the NBA, go to see LeBron, get your tickets for the March game in November, knowing there's a 45% chance he might play if you're lucky. We'll just, let's take 2. Let's not play 2 or 3 of our guys tonight. It's incredible how the ticket buying, they don't care. And I think the whole thing is they feel like people just go to games to be there, they think to be there. I was asking how the Viking crowd, how angry was the Viking crowd at not seeing 27 regulars, and everybody said, they didn't care. I went and had a few overly expensive drinks and did the Colts cheer and then left early, But it's unbelievable how they are. Fans, ticket buyers, they are screwing you and they don't care.
I actually might have a fix that just occurred to me here for the NFL. I don't know how you fix the load management stuff in the NBA. That's for them to figure out. The Twins, resting Correa and Buxton on the same day. I mean, that's for a home game. But so these joint practices, and by the way, Aaron Donald almost murdered someone in one of them.
I saw it. They can't do anything about it unless the Rams choose to.
The Rams have said, "Don't worry, we'll take care of it."
Swinging 2 helmets, right?
Just someone's head is stuck inside the helmet. But so these teams will play all of their starters in the joint practices for 2 days.
Yeah, not in the games.
Right. So, but and the reason they're doing it is because you can customize the competition. Okay, we're gonna do 15 minutes of red zone competition, and it's actually it's more valuable for the teams. It's more fun for the fans.
Yeah.
And you put, I think TCO Performance Center, you put like 6,000 or 7,000 people. They do, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they put fans in the stands for the joint practice against the Niners?
Sure. I don't know.
But you could. Could you not do those joint practices inside US Bank Stadium in front of 50,000 people?
and skip the exhibitions completely?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put 50,000 people in there. It's going to be 2 hours. It's not going to look like an actual game. You're going to have to kind of pay attention to what's happening on the field. But we'll put like announcements up. Hey, this is red zone put it on the big screen. Like we're doing red zone drill.
Yeah.
I think it would be great.
Yeah, I think it would be a hell of a lot better than what they're giving you now. Is it's we used to be able to in a phony way get excited about a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback because he was playing with second teamers and he played. The other team had a competitive lineup out there. Now when Kellen Mond is throwing sinker balls, it's against a bunch of guys that are not going to make the team. It's a complete fiasco. I mean, will people still sit down and watch the Vikings exhibition game Saturday night for no reason? Nobody's playing. We still go watch, I guess.
What's crazy is the answer is compared to most other television programs, absolutely.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I haven't seen a play. I gotta know that. I mean,
I don't think you're not missing a whole lot.
I don't either. But then again, there's a lot of reason not to watch the Twins right now too. So what the hell? Just what are we waiting for? When are you guys going to the fair? Are you going to be there on Monday?
I'll be there tomorrow, Pat, with Jesse Pierce, one of our new contributors for Before We Die podcast, and me and Ross will be out there. But that'll be the only date Score will be out there.
Yeah, I think with I'm still testing positive for COVID on day 6 here, and with Judd's appendectomy, the powers that be have said, well, Garage Logic can carry the weight of Hubbard podcasting at the fair this year. So
we'll have to scramble a little bit for our Monday stuff because I believe I got to be out there. So
we'll figure it out.
We might have to sneak Unchained in, but by the time this weekend's over, Unchained might be really unchained. So
I love it. All right. Well, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you later, Pat.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Rapping with Royce, presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. Federated has been helping businesses, much like a great offensive line, protecting against risks on the horizon. You can find out more about how Federated can help your business and apply over 100 years of experience. Federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours.